Yo, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Atlas here. Today we're going to be covering over Gardevoir EX, arguably the best deck in our Paradox Rift formats. I'm going to be going over the strategy, the list, gameplay, and more. So if you like this idea of a video, give it a thumbs up, like that video. Let us know in the comments what you think about Gardevoir, and check the description for the list below to copy and paste right into PTCG Live. Let's jump into the deck list. This is what we got going on for Gardevoir EX. Now, this is a pretty traditional build, and one of the big changes that you might see here compared to other builds is I play the Zacian V. Some lists play it, some lists don't. Some lists play VIP Pass, some lists don't. I'm a huge fan of Battle VIP Pass. As much as it can be an inconsistent card, it's arguably the best card that we have in the format. And it's going to be one of the cards that we sorely miss once we get rotation to F block on. That being said, I included it because it's also great fodder for refinement in the late game on Kirlia. Zacian here is really good to just get attacks off on Pokemon that have a large amount of HP, and it kind of takes the spot of that third reversal energy, but it still allows me to keep the energy of 12, the 10 and 2. I also like Screamtail just being able to hit as a mid-range attacker, similar to what we had as Cresselia before. I could see us playing Cresselia, I could see us not playing Cresselia. Gardevoir decks do not always have to be the same. The goal of this deck is to eventually evolve into Gardevoir EX, using Refinement along the way with Kirlia, and then eventually using Psychic Embrace to power up our Pokemon. We have to take damage counters on there, but Screamtail allows us to put those damage counters on another Pokemon, or at least increase our damage by the amount of damage counters on us. We got a handful of different supporters between Iono. Avery is going to be for Pokemon that have a large bench, such as Charizard, such as Miraidon, such as other Gardevoir decks. There's a lot of decks that have a lot of large bench Pokemon. Boss's Order is pretty self-explanatory to bring up whichever Pokemon we want to knock out. Professor Turo scenario is really interesting because we have a lot of damage counters on our Pokemon with Psychic Embrace. If they don't get knocked out, we could always lift them up and put them back away, or we could take two prizers off our board. It also works as a faux way to retreat or to get a Pokemon out from play. Workers to get around Path to the Peak and other pesky supporters on top or stadiums instead of just, and we also get to draw some cards. Everything else here is pretty standard, just what we need for the deck. Enough stadiums to get around Path. Some rare candies when you don't manually evolve, and we also have Mirage Step Kirlia. You don't always get to use it every single game, and I'm still going back and forth on when I'm using Mirage Step Kirlia. I usually only use it when I have triple Kirlia prize and I'm in a position to do so. But with the Battle VIP Pass version, I feel like that line gets blurred. So we'll see exactly what it goes for in some gameplay. Like I said, the list is available for copy and paste into the description. So be sure to check that out. If you need any of the cards for these decks, you can go to PTCGLstore.com to pick up some Pokemon TCG online code cards. You can get some codes and craft the deck that you need, or get the codes that you need for the sets. You could also go to AtlasTCG.com or DecoGaming.ca to get the singles needed to get these cards in real life, or you can get sealed products to open up the cards necessary to play this deck in real life. We have discounts available in the description, so check that out and support the squad. Let's jump into some of the gameplay. Okay, we're going to call Tails here. Hopefully we get a chance to go first. That'd be great with the Gardevoir deck. Flip the head so our opponent gets to choose, and hopefully we still get to go first. If not, that's cool. We'll see how it plays out. They're still deciding. Come on, opponent. Choose second. We'll see. Want to get a few routes out here. So our opponent here. Looks like we're going first. Okay, sweet. We will take that. Hopefully we're able to get some routes going. This looks like an okay hand. We're able to get Artazon, Fog Crystal, even Level Ball if we need to. We'll see what we can get off concealed cards. And we'll see whatever our opponent has going on here. Okay, sweet. So they're playing a Zorua deck. That might be tough for us to deal with. So I think before doing anything, we're trying to get Battle VIP Pass out here. Let's use Artazon and Surge through our deck. I don't see a reason why not to play Artazon. They're probably going to get a big bench anyways. I also want to just check to see what we have. We have all of our Kirlias available, so I think I want to go Ralts. So if we go, we don't need to worry about Manaphy when it comes down to this matchup. I probably just want to get a bunch of Gardevoirs to have single prize card attackers. So we're going to get the Ralts out first so we can thin the deck a little bit. Then next up is we're going to go concealed cards, discarding a Psychic Energy. See what we can get going on over there. I think what's going to happen next here is going Fog Crystal, searching my deck for another Ralts. Searching my deck for an energy to attach to said Ralts. And I think next turn we're going to go for a Mirage Step. So Mirage Step's going to get Kirlia to fill the bench completely. And I'm going to attach the energy to the Ralts. So we're going to go ahead here and pass. This matchup I feel is going to be quite difficult for us to deal with because they are a single prize card deck. We are also going to be a single prize card deck, is what we're going to try to do by attacking with Gardevoir over and over again. But we really need to hope that our opponent has a bit of a tough start. They also play things like Scizor in this deck. Because we see the Metal Energy, they're probably just going to grab either a Scyther or another Zorua here. And they can also gather the crew and search for some other cards here as well. Ralts is going to be their setup engine, so we'll play things around and see exactly what we could do here. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Zorua Scyther. Zorua Ralts, okay, sweet. That makes sense. We're not going to take a prize card next turn. I think what we want to do here is Level Ball. The Avery that we have in our deck is also probably going to be quite good. So let's go. Kirlia goes here. And I don't want to actually pitch his hand away because there's a really good chance that we could just draw into a Kirlia. Maybe that really good is not the right one. But Kirlia is 1 in 13 cards. So it's not better for us to risk it and put ourselves in a poor situation. And I'll just wait till our opponent gets a little bit more of a fuller bench. So let's go Mirage Step. And we'll focus on getting set up after that. So I like our setup here. You can see like this is a very powerful setup for the deck. Very much ready to attack with Gardevoir next turn. It almost looks like we're playing kind of half a mirror match, but they're only using Kirlia here for refinement to get cards that they can get back with Zorua, like Slowbro. Slowbro is going to be the one that's going to be really annoying. So we don't want to put ourselves down to a point where they could use Twilight Inspiration. If we have an opportunity to focus on their Zoruas, they might not be able to pull out of their magic bag of attackers. And depending on what else they have, like, we just gotta, like, see what their deck can offer. There's usually a regular amount of Pokemon that they might play, like a Mightyena. They usually play things like Scyther, maybe Cleavor, maybe there's a Crabominable, or is it a Crabominable, Satitan, a Raichu. There's a handful of cards, but in this matchup, like, Scyther is typically a big one. Slowbro is kind of annoying. There's a handful of things that can really work out here for our opponents. So if we ever get an opportunity to attack into things like there's Zoruas, Screamtail could be a good one here. Boss would be fantastic here if we can get Boss out. But let's get set up. I think like what we might want to do here is concealed cards away. We want to use concealed cards because we have we want to discard the Psychics first. I'm going to discard the Mew first. We'll see what we can get. The Boss is fantastic here because we're probably going to be able to knock out one of their Zoruas. I wish that we didn't have like a completely full bench. That'd be fantastic. We're going to go for a refinement here. We're just going to keep on getting Psychic Energies out in the discard because that's what we really need to power things up. That's going to get us our Gardevoir, our play there. Let's go for refinement here. Not refinement, sorry. Shining Arcana first before we get refinement, so we maybe have a chance to get a Psychic. Let's just put it on the Kirlia. Let's go refinement away, pitching away, probably a worker. We have access to Rare Candy into this. And we can attack with our Gardevoir here against their Zorua. Zorua probably makes the most sense. We could also just knock out their Hisuian Basculin. I think maybe knocking out Hisuian Basculin makes a lot of sense. And then just using Avery and drawing some more cards. So let's use... let's just see what we get going on over here first. Let's just use Avery. Draw 3 cards. So there's Azura. I wish, like, this would be a great opportunity if we had... we still might be able to get it, actually. Let's go Battle VIP Pass. And let's go... I'm just going to discard Reversal, because I don't think we're going to be behind on prize cards anytime soon. If we had Gardevoir... I should have prize checked a little bit better, because I thought we had another Gardevoir with Shining Arcana. I was thinking maybe we could draw into a Lost Vacuum, play down Collapsed Stadium, Lost Vacuum it away, put down Screamtail, and then snipe the other Zura so they don't have an attacker. That'd be really good. Let's go for just a Gardevoir in case they decide to bring that up. I'm going to retreat into our Gardevoir because that's the only Pokemon that we have that I really want to attack with. We want to keep this on the bench and not attacking with it if possible, but it is an attacker. Let's use Psychic Embrace. We need to power up 3 energies onto this Pokemon. 1, 2, 3. And it's just so we can attack with Brainwave. It's not about the damage output here at all. You don't actually need a lot, but you could assume that every single turn that these Pokemon are going to be getting knocked out. So let's go for 150. Another way to play this matchup is by using Counter Catcher with Screamtail later on in the game. But I think, like, if our opponent takes a knockout here with whatever they have going on, we could be in a tough spot. There's our other Zura. There's their Zoroark. I don't think they don't have a Pokemon that's really great to transform into right now. There's their Manaphy, so they know what they're doing when it comes to the Screamtail. Shout out to being 30 years old, the Tums. Being in your 30s, always with a slightly upset stomach. Too much coffee in my day. There's their Scizor. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Pokemon. They're going to be able to knock us out every single turn. We just have to scale our damage output against our opponent. You can see the same Pokemon I was talking about, Scizor, Mightyena. So they're going to transform into a Scizor. They're going to use Punishing Scissors for big knockout. Probably just going to Zura, Zoroark. When they go knockout, they're going to try to outpace us here a little bit. Okay. We're going to go like this. We're going to go Screamtail goes down. I don't want them to get Artazon every single turn, so I'm going to go Collapse goes there. I don't care about the Radiant Greninja no more. And I'm going to go ahead and go for... we don't have another Gardevoir, as we know, because we prize that. So let's just go for Iono here. And let's try to draw cards. They might also play a Togetic that allows us both to draw 3 cards, so that's something else that we want to keep in mind. Not to get down to this, like, deadly amount of cards that we have left into our deck. Counter Catcher is probably not going to matter. We're going to retreat, send up Screamtail, and we're probably going to put 4 damage counters onto our active. 80 onto our active, so we can hit for 160 against our opponent's active Scizor. Remembering that our opponent has the Manaphy on their bench is also going to matter a lot. So that's 80, 120, 160 damage, enough to get the knockout on this Scizor. There's no resistance or nothing. And yeah, we're going to go ahead here and just go Roaring Scream. So again, we're just really trying to win the race with attackers. We got to watch out for our opponent having that Slowbro, because if we have 1 prize card left, they could draw 2. That's generally about it. So we need to hope that our opponent cannot continuously find Zoroarks. They do have all their Zoroarks though, so if they don't have it in their hand, 1 turn here could be the difference. They could also just go rear kick for the knockouts. Oh, I think they actually screwed up here. So this only works on evolution Pokemon. And if they attach the energy on the Zora first, they discard it with the Zoroark. So if we read how Zoroark works, it says, once during your turn you may choose a stage 1 Pokemon, any Zoroark from your discard pile. If you do, discard this Pokemon and all cards attached to it. If they don't have a Pokemon that has a free energy attack that can get a knockout, which currently there's nothing in there, I think they actually screwed up there. So knowing what your opponent's deck can do is huge, and I mean, we might just be seeing some success off this game off of our opponent having a pretty rough go. Okay, they're just not going to use it. Dang, I was getting so excited, y'all. They could just attack with Zoroark too, so good on our opponent for figuring that out. I think this is going to be a case where we're going to send up our Kirlia again, because our Kirlia can actually get the attack off. Maybe we attack with Zacian, because they don't get it. 180. I think they could do a lot. Maybe we have to attack with our Gardevoir. So we'll attach, we'll pitch away with a refinement here. We're looking for Super Rod. We're going to go attach here for our turn, because that makes a lot of sense. And let's go for... another Ralts goes down here, and let's play Iono. We do have Turo in the deck in case they do a lot of damage. That would be cool. Super Rod seems like a good idea here, because we were able to get back our Screamtail, our Gardevoir, and a Kirlia. All three being quite useful. And we're just going to go Refinement, pitching away. Probably just another Psychic Energy. Okay, so we're going to have to attack with our Gardevoir here. And this is where things can get a little bit spooky. Just because of our prizing, just because of us not being able to get things out. Like, we could have attacked with Screamtail if we didn't bench the Ralts, but we got to prepare in case this Gardevoir can get anything going onto it. They're going to have to do 270 damage to it. Night Days is not going to be doing enough. And then when it comes to other Pokemon that they might be having, they might be able to get Reversal Energy. Wild Tackle is the best, but they've already used a Reversal Energy. Like, it's really just like an unfortunate like mix here. There's not much that we can do beyond this. So let's just go 190. Maybe this is going to stop our opponents a little bit. If they do get the knockouts and their reversals are shut off for the rest of the game, the Gardevoir there is going to be quite nice. But we need to hope that they're not able to get Mighty, like, evolve into Zoroark, get a Reversal Energy. 50 for each of our opponent's Pokemon. 1, 2, 3. We only have 3 abilities. We're also weak to Dark. 180. They've used both refinements. There's their Ultra Ball. What does the Flareon do? 180. So there's their Zoroark, and if they transform into their Mightyena, they will be able to get the knockout on us. I tried, y'all. I tried. And they're going to play Iono. If they don't get another Zora down, they might not be able to stream the attackers as well as we can. There's their PAL pad. They are going to go up a prize card here. And we do have Boss to really, like, kind of overtake them. There's that Togetic that I was talking about. Each player draws 3 cards. They are really running out of pieces. So there is a chance here that we might be able to get there. Let's go ahead here and go... They'd have to get Zoroark, double turbo, like Zoroark and a double turbo energy if we get the knockout here. So I think what I'm going to go here is send this up and see what we can get. Okay, we're going to start off by using, we're actually going to use Level Ball here, search our deck for our other Kirlia. And we're going to go for Refinements, discarding a Psychic Energy. We're going to use Refinement, discarding a Manaphy. And we're just going to go all in. Like, there's only so much that we could do when it comes to this matchup. Like, we're showing how this deck has, like, we attack with Screamtail. We attack with all the different attackers, so that's cool. I don't want to Iono our opponent because our opponent was completely blind that last turn. If they get it off Refinement, they get it off Refinement. We don't have a way to prevent, to get through the Mightyena attack. So it makes sense for us to knock out the Mightyena instead of the Zorua, I think. Refinements, pitching away Vacuum. We're gonna have to go like this and discarding that. Searching our deck for this Gardevoir. We are behind on prize cards, so we are able to respond with Reversal Energy. We could have used Shining Arcana before there. That would have been a little bit better. Screamtail can certainly go down on the bench. And I'm gonna leave our hand like this, and we're just gonna go with Brainwave for 150. If they get out the play with the Slowbro, it is what it is. Or actually, I think we need one prize card. I might be tripping on that. Your opponent only has one prize card left, so we're safe from that. We don't lose the game this turn. And if they miss here this turn, then they're in a really bad spot. They also need to be able to get access to, like, they probably need Snore, they probably need, what's it called? An energy and, a metal energy and a Scizor. Probably just have to grab, oh, Gallade, interesting. So Gallade's going to be able to search them for a supporter card that they can get out of the situation, probably just getting a bigger hands. Bruno getting a full 7. If they miss here, we're still in business. They still need a decent bit to get around the situation. I thought they used both. Oh well. Okay, there's their Zoroark. Are they actually able to get this? How many Brunos have they used? One Bruno. I don't know how many Brunos they'd play when it comes to having Gallade out. Okay. So, I mean, when it comes down to it, we definitely need to go for... let's just go Super Rod, gets back in. Gardevoir, Psychic, because we don't need all the other cards. Let's go with Shining Arcana here. Let's go Refinement, pitching away a Level Ball. I think it makes sense for us to go after the Zoroark. Let's go Refinement, pitching away a Battle VIP Pass. Let's go for this Gardevoir using Shining Arcana, trying to draw some more cards. So there's our Gardevoir. This will allow us to get the knockout on our opponent's active. And again, it just comes down to, is our opponent going to be able to get around this situation? Are they going to be able to buddy catch their way out of this? We don't have a way to block their Zoroark. We don't have a way to draw multiple prize cards at once. I think we have to Iono and hope that our opponent doesn't get it. I don't know if that's better or not for us, because again, we don't have a way to draw multiple prize cards. Like, the fact that they have this Slowbro, like if it was any other situation, we'd just be chilling and probably win this game. Let's attach for our turn. And let's just use Iono. We could draw into whatever we want next turn. We want to avoid our deck having a small amount of cards, just so that they don't get the win with Togetic. Or Togetic with Shared Peace. There's that. I could go 3 energies on Screamtail, which would be better, I think. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and then I'm just going to retreat the Gardevoir. And I'm going to retreat with the reversal energy, so we have an energy on that Gardevoir. Again, not much else that we can do. We're just going to go Roaring Scream. We're doing 40, 80, 120. 120 knocks out Zoroark. They need to find Zoroark. And they need to find a reversal energy or a double turbo energy to win the game with Slowbro. Or they could find Zoroark, way to bring up Gardevoir, Mighty Anna, reversal energy. And if they get it, they get it, right? Like, there's nothing that I can do here. There's their Artazon. Probably using Artazon to thin their deck a little bit. We could lose to the Zoroark deck, everybody. Pray for me. We just have to hope that our opponent doesn't get it. I mean, they have 2 Zoroarks in their discard pile. They also have access to Buddy Catch. Like, there's only so much that they could get, right? They should be using Buddy Catch first before using Refinement. Interesting. Because you get more cards depending on what they have left in their deck. Zinnias also wouldn't have been bad at all either. We just have to hope here. Because, like, our opponent's just not throwing cards down. If they use Buddy Catch and let's say they have another Bruno or something else like that, they could have just got it. There's Boss. Okay. Do we just lose the game with Boss? But they just need one more card to get it. Like, is their last 2 cards going to be Zoroark and Phantom Transformation, Slowbro? They just had it. Good for our opponent. We tried our best to play it out, but this is how Gardevoir does play out. I thought it was cool. Zoroark might be a bad matchup, everybody. If you have any tips, let me know. Totally love to hear them. And that's what we got going on for this video. Not even the best deck in format can get past the mighty Zoroark box. And I mean, our opponent was running absolutely hot to search our deck for a boss to then discard a card to get it. So interesting choice, but it worked out well on their end. In all seriousness, Gardevoir is absolutely one of the best decks in format. Hopefully you get a chance to play around with it. This list is absolutely fire, especially if your opponent cannot draw multiple prize cards in their last turn after getting Iono'd. Sometimes you're just going to run into some tough situations, but Gardevoir typically has a way to get out of all of them all of the time. So I hope that you enjoyed watching this video. Be sure to give it a like, share, subscribe. It boosts the YouTube algorithm a lot, helping out supporting the Shuffle Squad. If you want to get more great Shuffle Squad content, we just started doing long form articles on our Patreon at patreon.com/TSSWin. And be sure to pick up all the cards and codes necessary for this deck by using all of our sponsors in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for more great content from the Shuffle Squad. Peace out and have a great one. Want to support the Shuffle Squad? Be sure to check out all of our sponsors in the description to pick up Pokemon TCG singles, sealed, and PTCG live codes. Hey trainers, tired of having too many cards lying around? I know that feeling, and I know what a hassle it is to try and sell those cards. But selling bulk is now easier than ever with TCG Bulk. Find tons of potential buyers in a single place. You just download the app, look for the best buyer near you, and carefully pack your bulk, ship it, and you get paid. It really is that simple. Turn the cards you don't want into the cards you absolutely need for your next deck. You made it to the end. Thank you so much for watching this entire video from the Shuffle Squad. Honestly, from the bottom of our hearts, we appreciate each and every person that supports our content, watches what we have going on every single day, every single week, even from time to time, and continuously allows us to have a forum to project our creative content towards the Pokemon TCG community. So if you haven't already, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and even leave a comment to help boost the YouTube algorithm. That being said, we'll catch you with our next video. Thanks again. Take it easy.